私の民に何をする。
鉄の鎖を剣で。ふざけるな。
Sometimes it's predictable, sometimes it's cheesy, sometimes it's silly, and sometimes it's like par for the course. But man, I gotta tell you guys, I love this show. The Last Boss Queen, Villainess, whatever, like, it's awesome. Princess Pride is a legit character. This episode, honestly, Stale probably stole the show in standing resolute in his conviction to go and save like this high grade, super grade person with powers who kind of reminded me of, I think his name's Licked. Was his name Licked? No, I don't remember what his name was, but the lightning guy from Black Clover. I don't know why the first thing was Licked, and I was like, that's not his name. But whatever, like, a really cool character. So we know that the guy he saved is going to come into play later on in the show, especially with having such a OP ability as far as like lightning and everything else that he had, which is really, really cool. And it seems to not hurt himself, which is really cool as well too. But still stole the show as he went in and he basically summoned his inner pride. Not pride, but like the character pride. And he was able to go and really just, you know, reach a hand out to this guy and, you know, really save him and everything. And I really loved that part of the episode. The other thing on top of it, too, is like you have Stale and Pride and I don't know why I want to call him Alex. Whatever white haired kid's name is. You know, when you need to remember names, you forget it at the time. But I like how they all went in. You know, with Gil putting them into like a kid mode and, you know, they infiltrated the base. They were able to kind of give Val his win. We were able to meet the kids that he had under his care. We were able to see that one of the kids had really strong water magic, which was Pride was really, you know, taken aback with, which just means that character is also going to be very useful again in the future, along with Val. So like just these really like all these little dominoes, all these little puzzle pieces are just kind of falling into place, you know, to kind of secure Pride's future, right? She's basically building this massive army of people with abilities, right? And she's building slowly but surely building a kingdom to where people that are unique can have a place. It very much reminds me of how a realist hero rebuilt the kingdom, right? Is he didn't care where you're from, what background. It's just, do you have a strong usefulness? Do you have a skill that only you can do that would better the kingdom? And if the answer was yes, he's got a place for you. Well, in this case, right, not just through the efforts of Pride, but then those around her, they're extending their hands out to people who have a unique skill or ability to further accentuate and further build out the kingdom. And just like Stale said this episode, once she takes her queenship, right, because that's inevitably what's going to happen, is like she's going to have all these people who heavily trust in her, believe in her, and based on the knights, love her. And she's going to have this like super kingdom, right? Like, so be a huge powerhouse within the continent, which I think is just freaking awesome. So again, is it cheesy? Absolutely. Is it predictable? Honestly, at times, yeah, you can pretty much see the writing on the wall. But even if it's predictable, even if it's cheesy, its execution is done really well. And I think that's what really matters is like, even if you can guess what's going to happen, the you guessing to it happening is done well. And that's what I really appreciate about the show. And I really just I like Pride quite a bit. I think she's just a really cool, unique character. Remove the, you know, thankfully we haven't had her flashbacks happen. We just kind of get her in Pride's body now. We just kind of get her. And once we actually have just her now, and not really worrying about all the video game crap before, you get this really unique character who is always thinking 12 steps ahead. And because of her ability to be able to think that far ahead, what it does is it builds out a really unique character that's, you know, unique in the anime space, and obviously it's heading for the throne. And you have to just really appreciate that within the anime is being able to contextualize and really just kind of build a character that we all can really relish in. And on top of that, being able to relish as a viewer internally, like I already mentioned, the characters within the show view her in certain ways. Her knights view her within love. Stale views her a certain way. Arthur views her a certain way. Val views her a certain way. So you have all of these things, and you have her people, like the masses, that view her a certain way. And when she keeps doing actions like she did here to prevent that villainy that she wants to prevent by being those 12 steps ahead, right? She's trying to prevent villainy that could in turn become a reality, but it's not ever going to, because she's able to have that precognition, that pre-knowledge of what could have been, and she's taking every step, every measurable place to avoid that, and she's being very successful at it. It just builds a really unique character and a really unique show. So overall, I can't wait to see what happens next. I love everything here. We definitely got flashes of some kind of an antagonist at the end of this episode was trying to blow up the place that they knew Pride was in. So she probably has some kind of like insider stuff or something like that. But I definitely can't wait to see what happens next, and I can't wait to see how she ends up using Val's underlings, the kids. I can't wait to see how she uses Val in the future. I can't wait to see how she uses Lightning Boy in the future. Just all really good stuff. Anyways, let me know what you guys thought about this episode down in the comments below. As always, I appreciate you guys being here, and my friends, I'll see you next week. Peace.